God, Andy, I love you so much.
Hi, I love you too.
This was a huge surprise. We were talking about you.
Surprised, were you? Oh my God, I
Yeah.
hope only good things. Jesus.
Yeah, we were talking about A Christmas Carol and how special that was.
Oh my God, we were babies. Like, I see those photos and I'm like, that happened, really, and so much. Yes.
I know. That was, it was, I don't think we realized how special it was at the time.
No,
You know,
it was amazing. Corey was amazing. Josh.
Corey told you like it was. If he didn't like how the scene was, he'd be like, "Oh, that was horrible."
Funny story about Corey. I went to, I used to get coaching from him like quietly on the side. And I used to go over to his house on the hill. And he used to grab me by the arm and say, "Did you believe that? Because I didn't." And I was like, oh God. Oh. So he was a lot more sassier one-on-one than I think.
Oh no, he told me, he was like, honestly, that scene scared the shit out of me. Yeah. I was like, okay, all right. And then we'd work on it, and then and then I asked him, I was like, "You're getting better." And I'm like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
He didn't.
It's so amazing that, I was hearing, whenever I think of Corey, I think of, grandfather and family and my teacher, but I forget. I don't forget, but I'm thinking now, this was the man who was in Rebel Without a Cause. He directed and cast Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I know, exactly.
Yeah. When I
know. And then he decides to work with us, and I think that says so much about Corey as a person. And because he was struggling at that time, absolutely, and he still made it there, and and shared his wisdom. And the fact that I was there at his funeral at Howard Fine was also amazing too, because I think LeVar Burton spoke, and I was like, had to play it cool, but like inside I was screaming.
Oh my God, what a speech he gave.
Yeah. And then Shane, little tiny Shane, ended up doing a monologue, and he's old now, which makes him feel very old.
He's old. What does that make me?
Yeah, exactly.
Feel very like, we look young, which is great for work, but Alice and I are like, holy crap.
It's the CP tightness. It keeps you young.
Exactly.
And the good medical cannabis, of course.
Yeah. And the gayness. So between gay and CP, we'll have these faces. Thank God.
Well, you brought up Howard Fine, but you studied with Laura Gardner, correct?
I did. Also another person that I grew up with, again, family through media access. And hey, she was like one of my first professional teachers. That's my service dog, Marla, in the background. Oh, Marla. She's on the couch. That's her favorite. She watches movies with me, by the way. She is my child.
Oh, it's pet time here on Meet the Biz.
Yay, Marla! We're talking about you. Yeah. What was I saying? Marla, you're distracting.
Laura Gardner and how it's.
Yeah, and Laura Gardner, is very intense, and very much about finding your surroundings and finding your character, and you're, just big time stage lady, big time stage presence, and that's what I always respected her for.
Yeah, I like people that'll just give it to you straight and be like that.
She's very give it to you straight, like, but I've been studying with my coaches since I only studied with Laura for a short time. And that was mainly because it was inaccessible. I'm not gonna lie. And at the time, I had a scholarship to go to Howard Fine, because Howard Fine isn't the cheapest. But again, I think you need to find people that are not only in an accessible place, but are also willing to work with you on pricing and all that stuff. Because
it was accessible at once, and then it was upstairs.
Yeah. So the coaches that I have now, they originally had like a flight of stairs, and even though I really liked them and they're a lot more relaxed, I couldn't do the stairs, and then they ended up moving to Burbank to this really accessible location, and she ended up, my coach that I have now was actually my scene partner, and so we've been friends for years. So we have already this bond, and she just knows how to pull the best work out of me. And she would drive me to class herself, like 2 times, a month. And then now with COVID, I get to do it over Zoom, which is even better. And I only have to pay for the single class, not anything ahead of time or anything like that. It's just pay what I can.
This is a question for both of you, since you're both here. And we could start with Andy. What is something in your life that you are most proud of?
There's so much, but
Andy being at the White House.
yeah, well, that was a big thing. But yeah, no, I think, I love performing. I love acting. I love being just in the work, right? But I also know, and Alice is a hustler too, so she gets it. If you have a disability, we can't just rely on getting performances or getting work. We either have to create our own content or we have to have a full-time job. And so through this journey of acting, for me, I've had to be employed, because the idea of being poor for me was not a thing. I wasn't going to do that to myself. So I've had a job for like the last 10 years and doing this, because it's, until I get a series regular, or until I get on a series or have my own show, that's how it has to be, and I'm fine with that. But it's, it's been quite a journey, and I hope that Alice and I get to do projects together in the future, because
It's
think
gonna happen. Extra
gonna happen.
special is gonna hit the screen, and people are
Yeah.
gonna poop themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna have an aneurysm when they see us together.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We already have something in the works, kiddies. So
Do
stay
you?
tuned.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Well, I was telling Alice that in fact, I saw your posts, I think yesterday or today, about in the pictures of my gay and lesbian husband. And I
Yeah.
said, oh yes, the two of them, because I remember back in the day, you guys were in the show together. You guys, I would see you at class and this and that. And I said, I think I'm going to surprise her with Andy.
Oh, my heart leapt. No, definitely. No, our friendship goes back a long way. And, Andy knew me when I was very straight looking, and not fully come out of the closet yet. And now look at my transformation. So
yeah, she is full on lesbian, transformed, married, full on, it's so
pedal
beautiful.
to the metal.
Yes. Yeah, it's beautiful to see.
Yeah, because you were always like that. I knew you right out the gate. But, for me, I think with acting too, that was another thing. I always wanted to be the girl from Empire Records, that type of tatted out girl, and multicolored hair and all that, and the whole nine. But then acting kind of, I was real scared about that. I would always not get tattoos. The tattoos I had were on my back, and, and just be you. The world will adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might take the world a while to catch up, but they'll get there eventually.
Yeah, so just be the kind of artist that you wish to be, and sure enough, it'll come up where they go, I got stuff for tattoos now, so I never thought I'd see that. So
yeah.
I have two questions. First of all, I want to go back to that question for you, Alice, about what is something in your life that you're most proud of?
Oh my God. I'm proud of a lot of stuff. I'm proud of me just in general. Like I wasn't born with this kind of self-acceptance. Absolutely not. I was pretty miserable. And mainly that was because I didn't overcome a disability. You know, that's not the point. What I overcame was severe ableism, which I encountered a lot in school. School sucked. I'm going to be quite frank with you. I didn't fit into their learning box, so it was just a struggle the whole way. Except in elementary school, that was fine, but middle school and high school, it was just miserable, and I didn't have any self-acceptance about being gay or disabled. But then I started working with young kids that with disabilities, and I, you know, just by being yourself, these kids were looking up to me, you know, and so I realized there's great power in accepting who you are and being who you are. And I hope that that reflects in the work that I do, and I believe it does. You know, on 911, I'm playing the hero in that scene. You know, I have the knowledge. Drug history is another one where, you know, it's talking about the whole 504 sit-in with Judy Heumann. You know, I watch movies, right? I watch tapes, so I don't really watch a lot of TV a lot of the time to see what's on. So I had not only had I not seen Drunk History when I did that show, I didn't know who Judy Heumann was, which blows my mind at the time. So I was a part of this big historical disability moment. And I, you know, again, I think that you realize later, oh yeah, that was really special.
Yeah.
You know, and and then with special, I mean, that was another moment that, I mean, we were a part of a gay disabled prom, and all of us had our disabilities in some way, shape, or form. And it was like the who's who of young disability Hollywood was there besides Andy and Toby.
Yeah.
They were the only two missing, and we missed them greatly.
We were too
But-
pretty for the show. That's what
I know.
they
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we can only have one hot gay guy.
right. They were like, there's too much there. We gotta even out.
Well,
the
you
diversity."
guys have aged like a fine wine. You're not lying. So,
Yeah.
and like, don't get me started on Toby. Yeah. So,
I mean, I would like to say one other thing that I'm very proud of Alice for is, you know, we all know the people in the industry, once they get to a certain point in their career, they get very like beyond themselves and beyond reality. And, you know, the people that we have in our orbit are very down to earth people, but Alice has remained Alice throughout her journey of her career, which is very rare to see. And I think that, you know, you should give yourself credit for that, Alice, because you've always just been Alice, and that's beautiful.
and you've always just been Andy. And I think there's more to it than just acting for us. I think, you know, we're not here to play the game. We're here to change it. And there's a lot of responsibility and holy fuck that comes with that. But also, like, I'm really humbled that it turned out to be me. I thought it was going to be somebody else, and then it was me. And so I'm like, wow, you know, I'm proud of myself that I got to this moment, and, you know, that's ultimately what I'm proud of. And I'm
Well,
proud for you,
yeah.
because I think that, you know, you've had a tough life being gay and disabled, and you've never not been Andy. And I just, you know, and that's, you know, even when the industry's saying, I think you're a bit too gay, and it's like, but it's who I am. I can't,
Yes.
I'm not anybody else.
Yeah, and I think, you know, there's certain levels of gayness that we can play, right? Or there's
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah, and we could dial it down or dial it up, but I think the authenticity comes through in our performance regardless of whether or not. And I think now the industry is looking at it and saying, "All like, not running scared, but running towards it and saying it's what we
Well,
need."
and then Ryan, of course, I mean, you can't get any more authentic than Ryan Sure right now. I mean, the stuff that he's coming, you know, saying, and it's hard. It's not easy stuff. It's not easy stuff to watch by any means, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I just want to portray as much as possible, whether it's being a significantly disabled person or a super gay person or just, whatever, or an
Okay.
activist, or if I'm smoking a joint, that's a part of me too. I remember that was another thing that I had to come to terms with, because without medical cannabis, I wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff that I do today. I consider it my body's upkeep. And I remember when I was starting Rolling Stone and getting that whole universe going, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, it might just be one more nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
That for me, that wouldn't work. And that's, but that's me. It's how I'm able to be here.
I have to say, I'm just taking this whole thing in, this conversation, and just cheering up, because it makes me really realize that I'm so lucky to have this extended family and the life that I have. I mean, you sort of plan, oh, I'm going to be an actor and I'm going to be in this and this and that, or whatever. And if you allow the journey to unfold and don't fight it, and you come across these amazing people that make your life so bright and so wonderful. So I'm just listening to the two of you. I mean, I haven't been with the two of you together like this in a long time. I mean, not on Zoom, of course, but
Yeah.
but I mean in person. And it brings back all these memories and just what I've been doing with my life over the last 25, 30 years. And I feel so, I don't know, the word that comes to my mind is blessed. But
Verklempt.
what for? Well, no,
Verklempt.
yeah, verklempt, but it's blessed. It is beyond blessed to have to be with such. I mean, again, family.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, and in the gay community, that was one of the first terms I learned was family. That was kind of like the term, instead of, or are you gay, or are you gay, or so I would always say, are you family? And yes. So I think that yeah, it definitely makes the trip easier, and the trials and tribulations easier. And that was one of the things that I went into when I first moved down here was, pursue your dreams, even if it doesn't go in the direction that you thought it would. It's going to lead somewhere beautiful, and it's going to lead you to your right people, when you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've learned very quickly that if something isn't supposed to be yours, just wait, and the universe will give you what is meant to be yours.
Yeah, the universe likes to take her sweet ass time. It's
Yeah.
nothing that,
Oh,
let's just put that out there.
She's a slow girl. She
is a slow girl. She likes to brew, and she likes to think about it, and then she likes to surprise you when you're least expecting it. It's like, girl,
yeah,
jeez.
Mother Earth, Mother Universe.
Right. She's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you. Okay, here's your turn now. Just by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, and also another thing I want to say is I found spirituality as well. I consider myself a Buddhist, and that was another step into just finally going, okay, I'm worthy. What do I want for myself? How do I get it? Basically, what I found is there's no two jobs that are too small. You know what I mean? I've done a ton of background work, and I remember when I first started doing a lot of background work, people were like, "Are you sure you want to do that? You don't want to get pigeonholed into that." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, I get to learn in major film studios how it works, what they're looking for. It's like going to film school, but not having to pay this giant fee, And sure enough, you get more calls, and it just snowballs. So just put yourself out there, get good representation, know good people, and just keep chipping away at it. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, one last question. What's your favorite tattoo?
My favorite tattoo? Oh my God.
You have.
Well, I have a couple of tattoos with my wife, so those are pretty special.
Aww.
Yeah, we have a our awareness ribbons. So it's orange and green. So we have the CP ribbons and the multiple sclerosis ribbon together in the shape of a heart. So that's pretty gay and wonderful.
Yeah.
But I'd probably say my VHS tape. That's probably one of my favorites.
I like
And I
your
wonder why.
candy tape actually, or
Huh?
your Certs candy. Is it?
Oh,
Certs
you
or
mean the Smarties?
Certs? Yes, Smarties. Yes.
Oh my God, do you remember that story? It was on my birthday and I was there for like 6 hours and I left you with my mom and you're like, what is going on?
I thought she died. I was like, legitly, she had a spasm. They stabbed her with a needle. It's fine. But it's a big tattoo, David, and it's beautiful. But I was worried that yeah, but she's good.
Yeah.
She's alive.
Yeah, and I have a lot of family tattoos and a lot of tattoos for people that have passed on and my dogs. And yeah, I'm just going to be one giant memorial by the time I get to whatever age.
The illustrated woman.
Yeah, that is exactly what I
Ooh.
wanted. Because I'm not too fond of my white heritage most of the time, to be honest. We've done a lot of really messed up shiz, but that's why we're here to change the game.
Yeah. Hey, you give a hug to your wife for me?
I will, and I'll give a hug to both of you. You
Oh,
both look so handsome, making a
Let's do
straight
a
girl
hug.
question herself.
I know, right? Yay.
Always.
Thank you guys for having me on here.
thank you, Andy, for
Yeah,
coming
thanks
on.
for ruining the interview, Andy.
Yay! That's the best thing.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you for having me. I hope it wasn't too bad.
Oh my God. I got like so emotional. It was like wonderful.
Oh, here's a tissue.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got it. Thank you.
Oh.
Hey dudes, welcome to Rolling Stones, your source for all things disability friendly within the medical cannabis community. Today, we're interviewing your host, me, myself, and I.
And you are?
I am Alice Kina Deal. I am 31 years old. I live in Southern California with my beautiful wife, Amanda,
That's me.
and my awesome service dog, Marla Pooch. Oh, excuse you.
was nice.
Good, good. Yeah, that was easy. Thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to say about anything?
No, I think that was pretty nice. Surprising me with Andy.
Oh, good.
That's the best. Well, you've known me since I was a teenager. So
Right.
since I was a babby.
Well, may we keep on working together more and more.
Yes, please. That would be amazing. I know that you were doing stuff with Jerry and John's brother and all that stuff. It'd be wonderful to get something like that going again. Right?